All right, let's go ahead and see what happened yesterday if anybody has any issues. Geometry yesterday was 4-3, right? Yeah. Does anybody have any issues here? All right, does anybody have any issues with yesterday's work? I think this test coming up is just pretty much half of its proofs, I think. All right, so you have to do a good job. And like I said, the most important part is you have to do it every day, all right? Or it's gonna show next week when you take a quiz. Yes, good for you. Everybody take a look at 15. Let's see how you did. All right, 13, 14, let's look at 15. Oh yeah, this one was kind of, silly because does everybody know, we've talked about equilateral, right? So if something is equilateral, that means all the sides are equal, right? So what I want to do is we'll just grab this right here and we'll paste it in here and let's see what we can do. All right, now that's number one. Number one, let's call it given. All right, now what I like to do is because it's equilateral, we could say this, this, and this are all equal, correct? But I'm not really sure I need x, z, right? I think, can't I just say for statement 2 that x, y is congruent to y, z? Bless you. Do you agree with that? And I would probably just say that's the definition of, yeah, definition of equilateral. And notice I'm marking it. Now, I don't like that they marked this right here, congruent. But why is that congruent? Say it, Bo. Definition of bisect, right? So it says WY bisects XYZ. So that means that angle XYW is congruent to angle ZYW. And I would say that's the definition of bisect. So now I have a side and an angle, right? Oh, am I missing something?
Are all the angles equal to 60?
You are absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. So all of the angles are equal. Is that helping me?
Mm-hmm.
You are right. It's true. And you can even write that down. I wouldn't even care. But remember, the only thing we know is side, 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 and side, angle, side from yesterday. Do you agree with that? Now today we're going to learn angle, side, angle. So you could have said this is equal to this and then said angle, side, angle. You with me? All right, but since we only know side, 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 and side, angle, side, somebody else tell me what we could say. Go ahead.
You could say that WY is equal to WY.
Yeah, that's how simple. WY, good job. WY is congruent to WY, and that, of course, is the, yeah, that's the reflexive property. What?
I did it out of order.
Come on now. Come on. Do I care what order you put it in? No, it doesn't matter to me what order you put it in. All right? Makes no difference. Remember, that's why I told you it's harder for me to grade your test because I have to just, everyone can be a little bit different. All right? So now you should just look at the figure and say, are the triangles congruent? Right? Did I agree the triangles are congruent by what? By side, angle, side. Okay? So that's not even what we're trying to prove. So I need someone to help me with the congruent statement. Go ahead, William. Wait a minute. Triangle what? X, Y, W is congruent to triangle. Thank you. Z, Y, W. And of course we would say now what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why? Yes, side, angle, side. That goes there. Yep, XW is congruent to ZW. And notice that's true up on my congruent statement, right? And then you would say CPCTC. Now look, you hold 1 second. Let me say something. I just feel like everybody should be honest with themselves, right? I just think that's easy. All right, and like I said, you're going to take a test that probably a good portion of it's writing that information. And if you're not doing it, you're just not going to be able to do it. All right, you're just not going to be able to do it when it comes test time. All right, so I'm asking, right? It's hard to grade homework. All right, it's really difficult. It's a pain. Okay, so basically what I'm telling your parents is the only way I can trust you is by giving you a test and see if you can repeat the information. You cannot do all of the homework and do it all correctly and check your work and then tell me you don't have any idea how to do the test. Does everybody understand that? I want to make that clear so when I talk to your parents, that's exactly what I'm going to say. You cannot do your homework and do all the review and do the things I'm asking you to do and then have no clue how to do the test. And every year I have 2 or 3 kids tell me, yeah, I did everything, but I didn't. You're not telling the truth. You cannot do what I'm asking and not know how to do the test. Because literally all I do is I go through the homework and I grab 5 or 6 proofs and tell you to redo it. That's all there is to it. All right, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just trying to say that's how the test is going to be. None of the proofs really are going to be new. All right, they're going to be the same ones you've already done. So if you don't know it now, you have to speak up and let me help you now. All right? And if you're so busy at night you can't do your homework, then it's harder the next day and harder the next day. All right, I give you time in class not to mess around. Work in class and you don't have that much work to do. All right, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm clear on this. If you don't know something, it's because you're not asking and you're not doing your work. What?
I thought on that one, you could automatically say that XW is WD because WY bisects the angle.
But it doesn't say it bisects the side. Let me show you something. Let me show you. All right, why? Sam is asking, because it bisects the angle, does it have to bisect the side? And I'm going to give you an example. This one it does because of the type of triangle. But watch, if I draw something like this. I'm going to try to bisect this angle. You see what I'm saying now, right? Just because it bisects the angle doesn't mean it bisects the side as well. And I think I did a pretty good visual there where that looks pretty close to being equal angles, right? Not even close to this being equal to this. Do you understand me now, right? That's important. That's a very good question. Yes, sir.
But didn't it also say that it's equal angle?
Okay.
So like if it bisects it through the middle and then all the sides are equal with X, Y, B, or X, W, B, W, W, B.
Because of why?
Because like all the sides are equal, it's bisecting.
I don't know of a proof. I don't know of a theorem that says that. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to show you. That is 100% true what you said. But we just can't say that, right? Yeah, we have to show, we have to demonstrate why it's true. And that's what all these proofs are. Most of the time you can look at it and say that's obvious, that's true. But like I was showing Sam, just because we talk about an angle, right, bisect doesn't mean it has to bisect the opposite side. All right, so what you're saying is true. If this is an equilateral triangle, or even if it's an isosceles triangle, it'll work. Okay, but we didn't know that. All right, and that's the proof. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Like I said, guys, I'm just trusting you that everything's getting done. All right. I don't want you to skip not a single problem. All right. And if you're struggling with one, just let me know. It's not difficult once you see it. All right. So let's jump into the next assignment real quick. Let's knock out 4-4. So as prefaced it already. All right. Now we're going to learn number 3 and number 4, which is you can prove triangles are congruent by, what is this? Or you can prove angle, angle, side. So there's 4 ways. All right. Side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, 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 side. No, they're not the same thing. All right. They're not the same thing. This right here, and I appreciate you saying that. So I'm going to show you what angle, side, angle is. The side is between the 2 angles. So if I'm drawing a triangle, everybody please pay attention now. That's a good question. If I say that this angle is congruent to this angle, this side, this side is congruent to this side, and this angle is congruent to this angle, that's representing angle, side, angle. You with me on this?
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to do it again. I'll do another one. And now I'm going to represent angle, angle, side. Angle, 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 and then side. That's the difference. They go in clockwise or counterclockwise. You're not allowed to skip, right? This is not, watch, guys. Please watch. This is not angle, side, angle. See what I'm saying, right? You're not allowed to skip. All right. Now, again, just to make sure you're hearing me, everybody should look at this over here and this over here and understand one's angle, side, angle, and one's angle, angle, side. And say what? Side, angle, angle. Side, angle, angle is the same as angle, angle, side. Is everybody okay with that? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You can't go this. Angle, angle, side. That's not correct. You see what I'm saying? Because you just skipped this whole what? You skipped that whole side. Right now, please, this is what I appreciate. Let me clear things up. Right? They're good questions. All right? I think it's obvious. Not obvious to you, so you ask. Go. So look right here. Maybe I can say it summarized better. The side here, watch me. The side is in between the 2 angles. The side is in between the 2 angles. You with me? On this over here, the angle, the 2 angles are next to the, I don't even know if that makes sense, right? The side is not between the 2 angles. All right? That's the best way I can describe it. Yes?
So for the angle, angle, side again, won't you also be skipping side if you do it?
Yes, but it's going angle to an angle to a side. Angle to an angle to a side.
Okay.
You with me? Not angle, skip a side, skip an angle, side, angle. You with me? And again, I appreciate it because every year people just never ask me, right? Until it's clear, I don't mind. All right, I don't mind. Because you're going to mess the whole test up if you don't know that. All right, go.
Okay, so for angle side, it's 2 angles on one side on the
Yeah, I think so.
and it has to be in that exact same order at a time. It can't be forward, side.
Well, think about it like this. Your options are side, 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 which is obvious. Then you have side, angle, side. The angle is between the two sides. Then you have angle, side, angle. The side is between the two angles, right? And then you have angle, angle, side. All right, there's a little joke in geometry. You want to hear some good geometry jokes? It cannot be angle, side, side. You're right. That's one of my better jokes. Levi,
Oh,
there you go, Harris. I knew you'd appreciate it, Harris. I knew you'd appreciate it. And Lorenzo, I know that went right over your head. So, all right, we'll talk to you later about it in private. All right, I know it's a funny joke. All right. I once was a comedian. All right. Here we go. All right, let's get the work done now, guys. I think we're good. Let's get the work done. All right. Now, again, just proofs. Here we go. Let me get rid of this. All right, let's take a look. CE bisects BED, BCE and ECD are right angles. All right, so here we go. All right, so number one, we have given. All right, now, again, next time I make this, oh yeah, they didn't really do anything here. All right. So, thank you, Watson. What are you going to tell me? Wow, I like that. CE is congruent to CE, and that is what? Reflexive. Okay, Lorenzo, you get to tell me something, please.
okay. Maybe BEC is congruent to EDC because of the definition of bisect.
Wow, that's really good, buddy. Angle BEC is congruent to angle DEC. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
So this angle is congruent to this angle. And why was that?
The definition of bisect.
Good job. Definition of bisect. Okay, so now, how do we use the right angles? We got to use that. Tell me, Davis.
ECD is congruent to ECD.
Yes, yes, yes. So now we're going to say for number 4, we're going to say that angle ECD is congruent to angle ECB. And go ahead, Davis. Do you know why? Yeah, all right angles are congruent. That's what I put down. All right angles are congruent. No, no, no. Because it didn't bisect that. Hey, that's a good one. You hear me? It only bisected the angle, right? Now, let me say that again. Look real quick. Everybody's got to look up. So I'm going to make it a little thicker so we can see. This angle is being bisected. What is that? All right. This right here is the angle that's being bisected. True? Doesn't say anything else about this other than the fact that these are right angles. So what's true about all right angles? All right angles are congruent. Anybody have any questions with that? What? No, it's not definition of linear pair. Definition of linear pair just says that they're supplementary. True? What? Think you got it? All right. So now we're trying to prove those are congruent. Tell us, read.
The triangle used to be congruent to UCD because of angle side angle.
Yeah, look, guys, I say to every year, this is so simple. So simple. All right. And then I have people bomb the test, and I don't know why. All right. Well, I think I know why, but angle, side, angle. I just think that's easy. Anybody have any issues? Homeschool peeps, you guys all right?
Are the two angles UCD?
What?
So it's a line CE.
Yes, the side CD.
Did I make a mistake?
No,
I don't know what you're wondering.
so for angle triangle, I know the angle there, but it's the side, it's CD.
Yeah, the side is, yeah, because, okay. So look, I think I understand you now. This right here, the reason is that's important is because that side is shared or is common with both triangles. You see what I'm saying, right? So if I wanted to, I could separate those. And then you could see that CE is part of both triangles. And CE is part, right? Okay. So let's go on to the next one. Yeah, see, I just wish they wouldn't mark the figures. Next year, I'm going to white them out, I think. All right, so let's go. Here we go. Everybody copy this in there, paste it in. All right, number 1. We know it's given. Okay, Jude, tell me what's going on. What are your thoughts here?
You could say that XZ is congruent to XZ because of flexor property.
You are amazing. And that is reflexive. Now what I should do is mark the figure, right? So XZ is congruent. Angle W is congruent to angle Y. WX. So is that enough right there? Because that's called what? That's called angle side side. Right? Do not put that down. That is angle side side. Right? If you want to make yourself a note, side, 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 angle, 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 side. That's what you're shooting for. All right? Ruffin, tell me something.
Shouldn't you also done WGX congruent to YGX?
Hold on. Let him speak. Tell me again.
So is it angle WGX?
Are you sure? Let's look. I'm just asking. W. So what I want to do is, and I think you're right. Right. So XZ bisects WZY. That's how I think you should be thinking about it. Right. And then because of that, 1, 2, 3 tick marks. 1, 2, 3 tick marks. So say that again, Ruffin. You're right on the money. What is it? Angle. And Yeah, definition of bisect. All right, just finish it out for me.
And then
What?
triangle XWV. Between or angle side.
What is it?
Angle
Could we say angle, side, angle?
side. Yeah.
Could we say side, angle, side? Yeah, that's how annoying it is. Does everybody agree with that? Doesn't matter to me. Which means, did I technically have to put xz congruent to xz? This is not wrong, but was it necessary? No, because if we didn't put that, we could now just say what? Angle, side, angle. Come on, everybody's got to see that. But I didn't see that at first either. Do you agree? I just, like Jude was, yeah, xz is congruent. So now I'm going to use side, angle, side. And some of you might have used what? And you would be what? Everybody would be correct. What? Morty. If I wanted to bisect a side, for example, I'll draw it. I just bisected that side. So if I say ZA, if I say ZA bisects WX, then you would say this is congruent, not the angle. All right, good, Morty. Again, I'm just saying, guys, I don't think it's hard. All right. Let's try the next one. All right, generally what I tell kids is anytime they're dealing with parallel, you're probably going to use what? Alternate or corresponding, something dealing with the angles are congruent. All right, so you have to remember that stuff. So let's do this one. All right, so let's go ahead and just knock the first part out because that's always what we do. All right, and okay, so now that I have that, I like the way nothing is really marked. All right, so Drew, what's my, well, that's given, obviously. You tell me what's number 2, Drew. Why is that? Yes, V is the midpoint of YW. So let's mark this congruent to this. So YV is congruent. Wow. YV is congruent to VW. All right, Mr. Varner, are you there?
Yep.
You get to tell me something else. See if you can see. That was definition of midpoint.
So wouldn't UV and wouldn't UV also be congruent to VX?
Okay, so that's a good mistake. It does not say that V is the midpoint of UX.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It only says V is the midpoint of YW.
Okay.
All right. So tell me, I want you to try to use the parallel. So what's true about parallel lines? What angles could be congruent?
Corresponding or like adjacent exterior.
Well, let's look at this. So let me have, go ahead, Brady, tell him.
Angle UYV is congruent to angle XW.
So look right here, please. UYV is congruent to VWX. That is difficult to see. But those are called what? Those are called alternate interior angles. And a lot of times what I have to do is I just have to expand these parallel lines so kids can see what I'm talking about. Does everybody see now? Those are alternate interior angles. Everybody agree? Hold on, guys. I appreciate you very much. Let me just get this written down. So Mr. Varner, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to say, in this case, Now, is it okay for me to just say angle Y is congruent to angle W? That's the only two angles there. So then we would say alternate interior angles are congruent. Who is next? Olivia. Here we go. So we have angle UVY is congruent to angle WVX, and she is correct. Vertical angle theorem. So now I'm going to come up here. Hold up a minute, guys. Just give me a second. This is congruent to this. So now what can we say next? Come on, someone else get involved. Who haven't I called on? Zayden, help me out. Why are those triangles congruent now, buddy? You see?
They're congruent because
Now look right here.
Mhm.
You're looking at each piece. What is this? Oh, wow. What is this guy right here, buddy? Tell me what that is. An angle.
yes.
That corresponds to this angle.
Mhm.
Then you have,
Oh, corresponding angles.
well,
are
Jeff,
congruent.
hold on a minute. Then this side is congruent to this side. Then we say this angle is congruent to this angle. You with me? So the triangles are congruent. How, Karina? You are amazing. Angle, side, angle. Yes, there's other ways I'm going to show you in a second. I promise you. I can see all the ways you can see. All right, but that's just based off of what these guys told me. It's angle, side, angle. Now, Zayden, is that okay with you, buddy? I want everyone to be able to ask me something. So, all right, if you're not seeing that, you got to tell me. You understand me, Zayden?
Yeah.
All right. Now, some of you have your hands up. I know what you're saying, right? Look, let's get rid of this right here. And let's just say you said that this angle right here, hold on, that's an ugly color. Let's say this angle right here is congruent to this angle right here. Is that true? Yeah, because those are also what? Alternate interior angles. And then now you can just say what? Angle, angle, side. Is everybody with me? Lots of different ways you can see it. All right, you just have to find a way and prove it. Yes. You always need 3 parts. So in part 2 and 3 are the only ones that we had marked. There's only 2 parts marked in 2 and 3. You see what I'm saying, right? We didn't mark anything congruent in step 1. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. I know we're coming to an end here pretty quick, guys. So everybody's going to try 1, 2, 14, 15 are easy. Yeah. All right, so I will do 19 and 20 with you tomorrow. All right, everybody do the rest, okay? I'll do 19 and 20 with you tomorrow because those are kind of overlapping. I don't think they're that hard, but I'll do 19 and 20. Everyone else, these problems are not difficult. So do everything else, all right? Do everything else. Now, again, use your time wisely, guys, all right? My homeschool peeps, hope you guys have a great day. And you guys heard what I said. Next Wednesday, we're going to have a quiz on this first 3 quarters of the chapter, okay? Take care, guys.
All right, bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.